Good afternoon, everybody. It's Bob the Green Man from Chateau de Muff in Mesa, Arizona, Zone 10A. And I recently planted 2 trees, a 3-gallon coconut cream mango and a 3-gallon purple star apple. Both trees coming from Everglades Farms in Homestead, Florida. The trees were planted 3 days ago, and they look great. Great looking trees. I have gotten trees before. I even did an unboxing video. There's a video, and I'll link it in the description. The video where I unboxed a Russell avocado from those guys. So I want to talk today about how I take care of the trees in their first month of being in the ground, water. And we shot to the backyard real quick to take a look at some trees that we planted fairly recently. All these trees were planted within the last 2 to 3 months. So here is a tamarind, and this is a sweet variety. And we'll look at two actual avocados. So this Russell avocado was planted in early October of 2025, and this Marcus pumpkin was planted late October 2025. These 2 trees are on the irrigation system, and when we are over 90 degrees, they get watered every day. So that's what they were getting. I actually watered with a hose the first week. Every morning I would come out, splash them with the hose. This irrigation system was not put in this area until week 2. Once I hit week 2, it was getting water every day. With 1 day a week, it was getting a nice deep watering. Every other day, it was getting about 12.5 gallons. 1 day a week gets 25 gallons. Now, contrast that with these 2 trees, this star apple, purple star apple, and a coconut cream mango. These were just planted earlier this week, so just a couple days ago. So being is it is not over 90 degrees, I water these a little bit differently. Now, we watered them, they each were 3-gallon pots, so they still get 12 gallons of water each time we water, but because it's cooler, I watered them every other day, okay? And Sunday, which is in 2 days, they will get the irrigation, 25 gallons of water, which is totally okay. Next week and the following week, I will water them twice, not counting the irrigation. I will actually give them 12 gallons on the irrigation, or I'm sorry, with a hose. By week 4, if these buds here are starting to protrude like so, then we are not going to water anymore with a hose. We'll just leave them on the irrigation system. Same with the star apple. If you can see the buds there, if they are protruding, that the tree is doing well, I can put it on the irrigation and leave it. If they aren't, then I will water twice a week for one more week, but I'm pretty confident that the trees will respond to the watering from the first 3 weeks. Okay, so that is how I water new tropical fruit trees when they're planted, either over 90 degrees or below 90 degrees. But what do I do for, say, a deciduous fruit tree? Something like a peach or an apple. What do I do with these? Well, me personally, I would not plant a deciduous fruit tree anytime after the middle of April here in the valley. And here's why. Because we go from 80, 90 to 100, and these trees don't have any time to get their roots set underneath them. Okay? So most of all the trees, and I think I have one here. Yeah, this dwarf black everbearing mulberry was a little stick when I planted it in April a couple years ago. But for the most part, I try to plant, or have tried to plant, all of my deciduous fruit trees in the fall, September, October. That's when these two trees were planted. So basically what I did was the same exact thing that I would do with the tropical fruit tree. This apple and the peach were 15-gallon trees. So I would put 60 gallons on these trees every day for a week. And then I did twice a week for 2 weeks. And then by the end of September, I started watering once a week. And when I watered once a week, these trees would get 40 to 45 gallons each watering. And they really reacted quite well. And you may be shocked as to 60 gallons of water, that's a lot. Well, it was 100 degrees still when I'm planting these trees. So I wanted to make sure that I got as much water as deep as I could go. I also had quite a bit of mulch here. And these trees have deep root systems, so I want them to go deep, as opposed to our shallow fibrous root systems trees and vines. This passion fruit, it gets a little bit of water every day. Now this one is a little different because this guy is planted in between these two, and he will get residual water from each of these trees when I water. So I really only water him once a week to twice a week when we're extremely hot. Anyways, guys, that's the video for today. Hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing it. Like I said, this works for me. It may not work for somebody else. It may sound like a lot of water, but I feel that giving more water when the tree is young will help it get established and make it thrive and prosper further on down the line. I personally have had one issue with a fruit tree where I wasn't giving it enough water and it ended up dying. I had an apple tree here years ago, right in this spot where this peach is. And I listened to the wrong people about watering. You only need to water once every 2 weeks. Don't give it too much water, you'll kill the tree. Well, I did kill the tree. I didn't water it enough. I once heard a very good analogy from a nursery owner who has since retired and moved on. But he told me, don't be afraid to water your fruit trees. Give it 10, 20, 30, or like these two trees I mentioned, 60 gallons of water. It's a couple cents. It's not like you're, giving it 60 gallons of gasoline or milk. Water is a couple cents. Water is essential for our flowers and fruit trees to thrive here in the desert. Until next time, everybody, hope you have a wonderful day. We'll see you later.